What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. FantasyTeamAdvisors.com, bringing home the bacon, MLB DFS video. This is for Wednesday/Thursday edition, October 18th, October 19th of the CS series. So we've got one game Wednesday and one game Thursday, kind of like what we did the other day. So in yesterday's video, we went over the Tuesday through Wednesday. So technically, this Wednesday slate we've already covered, but if you've not seen it yet, we'll just kind of reiterate it. We'll recap it. It's kind of the way it's going to go when, you've got one or two games every day. Fanduel, you can't do it. This is strictly DraftKings. Fanduel only has the single games, which for whatever reason, I don't know why they do it that way. You would think they would make more money having a 2-day slate, but we don't. So if you've never been here before, if you just stumbled across this channel, we have a giveaway every single day if we hit some stipulations. They are, anytime a video gets at least 50 likes, you leave a comment and you are a subscriber, you have a chance to win a free week of DFS content brought to you by FantasyTeamAdvisors.com. Anytime a video gets at least 100 likes and you leave a comment, that's how we pick. We got the YouTube random comment picker. You've got to leave a comment. You have a chance to win a free month. Anytime a video gets 125 likes, you have a chance to win a free year. And anytime any of our videos get 150 likes, you have a chance to win a lifetime pass to FantasyTeamAdvisors.com. So we did hit 61 likes on yesterday's video, and we have 12 comments to pick from. So the chances are, if you left a comment in yesterday's video, you have a really good chance, 1 in 12. So we'll get through that, and then we'll talk about a couple of other things. So the winner of yesterday's video is DJ Steve Neves. Howdy, just became FTA Plus member for a year. Congratulations. You must have used the promo code, but guess what? We're going to add a week on top of that. So, DJ, all you got to do is let me know down below or you can email me if you don't want to put your username out there. But all you got to do is email me, dfshelp1@gmail.com. That's dfshelp1@gmail.com. Or you can hit us up on Twitter @advisors_team to let me know your username, and I will add that free week onto that year subscription. Now, I don't know. You don't have to give your username out here. Obviously, if you want to, you can. But if you don't want to, just hit me up, either email or Twitter or X, and we'll get you settled there. So that's what I'm saying, guys. You can win every single day. You can sign up every single day, and we're gonna continue this. We're gonna roll this right through. We do NFL videos. We're gonna do daily NBA videos, just like we did with MLB. So we're very excited. We give a lot of things away. We've got a lot of things that are free as well. So if you've never been there, FantasyTeamAdvisors.com. We've got all the sports. We're gonna be adding NBA obviously next week. That page will be put on here and updated probably over the weekend when I get some time. And we're very excited for NBA. But yeah, so real quick, if you go to FTA Plus right here, FantasyTeamAdvisors.com, FTA Plus, we have a few coupon codes left. If you come down here and you go yearly pass, normally $199. If you join and you use the promo code Thursday, all one word, all capital letters, promo code Thursday, you're going to get a year pass for $75. And you can still come to these videos. You can still leave likes and comments, and you can add on to that. So let's say you buy a year pass for $75. Then we get into the $125 or 125 likes on a video, and you leave a comment, and you are chosen. You get an extra year on top of that for free. So go check it out. FantasyTeamAdvisors.com is the website for us. So, like I said, we're going to look at the slate. We've got the Houston and Rangers game tonight, Wednesday, 7:03 Eastern, for the Wednesday. So that's Scherzer, that's Javier. We already discussed it in yesterday's video, but we're going to discuss it again because you're here, and we're going to look at it real quick. So we might not go as in-depth as we did yesterday, but we'll look into that. Then we've got our Philly-Arizona game. Now, Arizona, it is Brandon Pfaadt. It's not been confirmed that it's Ranger Suarez, but it should be the way everything's lined up. So we will look at all of that as well. So just like yesterday, I know a lot of people don't like BVP, but that's kind of another just aspect we got to go through because we only have 4 pitchers. Now, Looking at this, it's Javier versus Scherzer. It's Javier, 139 plate appearances against the Rangers, 244 batting average, 23K percentage. Then you got Scherzer, 170 plate appearances, 287. Now, the way Javier's been pitching this year against this Rangers team and the momentum that the Rangers have, I don't trust Javier at all. This is kind of what I said in yesterday's video, where you got to dig in, you got to find maybe a bullpen guy for the Astros, because as we've seen, there are studs. Aaron Nola, for instance, last night went deep into the game, had strikeouts that we needed, was our favorite pitcher on the slate, and he came through for us. But then, Merrill Kelly, I wasn't using Merrill Kelly, and he got lit up. So they're going to go to a bullpen pretty early, especially like Houston. They're already down 2-0. So if they're 0-2, and let's say Javier gives up 4 runs in the first inning, they might yank him out of there after the second inning. Then you got to find a long relief bullpen guy. That's where it's going to get a little bit tricky, and that's where hopefully we can help you out a little bit. So just BVP numbers like we went over yesterday. We'll just cover the home runs. Nate Lowe's 5 for 20 with a home run. You got Taveras, who's been on fire, dream run for the playoffs this year so far, 5 for 16 with a double and a home run. I absolutely love Taveras here. Corey Seager, 5 for 20 with 2 doubles and 2 home runs. You got Robbie Grossman, 3 for 8 with a double and a home run. You got Mitch Garver, 1 for 5 with a home run. Normally, I do like to take Mitch Garver against a lefty. You guys know that, but I'm okay with that if he starts. Don't know if it's going to be him or Jonah Heim, or one's going to be a DH. We kind of got to wait to see. Then we got Travis Jankowski. He's 2 for 2 with a home run. Don't know if he'll be in there. Don't even know if he's on the roster, but we will definitely take a look and see. But again, you can see they have struck out here 4 times, 6, 6, 5, 4, 1, 4. Like they're striking out a ton. Then we got the Astros bats that have had success. Michael Brantley's 20 for 54, 8 doubles, 1 triple, and 3 home runs. So he has 12 extra base hits out of his 20 hits against Scherzer. Only 2 strikeouts. He doesn't strike out. He's a contact hitter. If he gets on, he's good. He's a pretty cheap option, too. So love me some Michael Brantley here. Abreu's got a home run, batting .280. We've got Maldonado has a home run. I would not use Maldonado. I fully expect them, like I said in yesterday's video, for them to take Diaz as a starter. I understand that Maldonado is a great defensive catcher. I don't trust him. He's not a good bat. Bregman's only 1 for 10. You got Yordan, who's absolutely on fire, 4 for 7 with a home run. I love him there. He's just absolutely on fire right now. We've got Jeremy Pena, 3 for 5 with the double. We've got Diaz, 1 for 3 with a home run as well. So here's my problem, and I did discuss this in yesterday's video. I don't know how far Scherzer will go into the game. As of yesterday, there were no notes to say, he is starting. He was supposed to maybe be in relief in game 1, but they didn't need him. He has not pitched since September 12th. He had a throwing arm injury, thought his season was over. Now he's back. I don't know what to expect out of him. I don't think I can pay $9,300. The price difference here. I don't think I can pay $9,300 because I don't think he goes 5. Now he could just. I don't know. Usually in the playoffs the past couple of years, Scherzer's been run down because of his innings. This is where my head's a little bit confused. The past few times, playoff Scherzer has not been good. He has looked bad. He's gotten lit up because his innings on his arm. But he hasn't pitched in a month, which is another way. It's like, so he hasn't pitched in a month. He had a simulated game last week. Then they added him to the roster to the CS. Was not with the division series. I don't know what to think out of him. He could have a great game. I understand that. And there aren't a ton of pitching options here. I get that. I don't know if I trust him at $9,300. If you put him in there, it's really hard to build a lineup through that. And we'll kind of see at the end. We'll kind of try to just build a little bit of lineup just to see. But yeah, Scherzer, I don't trust him much at all. That being said, we've got the Arizona Diamondbacks versus the Phillies. So he's never faced the Phillies before, and this is Ranger Suarez. And this game isn't on the slate. This is why it's weird. This game is not on this 2-day slate. That's why making these videos are kind of weird, but we're going to do it anyway. So That being said, we'll probably have a Thursday game, which will cover these two pitchers as well. But I wanted to bring you a Wednesday, Thursday game as well. So, Scherzer, I don't know if I trust him enough. Like I said, his last game was September 12th, went 5 innings against Toronto, 17.6. Left, I believe that's when he left hurt. Had a Terry's major strain on his pitching arm. Thought it would be Tommy John, thought it would be out for the year. Now he's back. Problem is, 73 pitches is where he's at. I don't know if he gets up to 73 pitches in this game. You've got Javier, like I said. If you look at his game logs, he's had some good games here, right here. But then you look at the splits. He's faced Texas once this year. 4.1 innings, 9 runs, 8 of them earned, 2 home runs, a 16.62 ERA to go along with a kind of a down year for him. 4.37 ERA, 11.5 record, only 168 strikeouts, 127 whip, and only averaging 14.4 fantasy points. I cannot trust this dude. I don't trust him. Texas is rolling with the playoffs. When you have a team that's rolling, you go with it. And they've got all the momentum in the world. Houston is got to claw back. They have to claw back here. That being said, I don't think I trust Javier. I would rather look at Texas bats here, and we will kind of dig into that a little bit. But I don't trust Scherzer either. Like I said yesterday, I think this could be a shootout type game where neither of the starting pitchers go deep into the game, and then it comes to the bullpen, and then it's a bullpen game, but we're still getting a lot of runs in it. That's where I feel this game could go. Could Scherzer throw a gem? He could. Is it likely? No, because he hasn't pitched in a month. But Scherzer's Scherzer. When he is on, he's obviously one of the best pitchers in the game. We know that. So I'm kind of off of Javier. I'm off of Scherzer. That brings us to Brandon Pfaadt or Ranger Suarez, or both, or, But the problem is Philly is rolling as well. They have moved to Arizona now, so they don't have the raucous crowd that they did in Citizens Bank Park. Whether or not that has a factor of how they've been playing, I don't know. So we'll kind of look at this. I'm kind of still upset from the Phillies game yesterday because I had a $10 parlay of Schwarber, Castellanos, and Harper to hit a home run, $10 to win $1,000, and Harper did it right off, or Schwarber did it right off the bat, and then Harper came up and missed the wall by 2 feet, and then in like the 7th or 8th inning, Castellanos hit a deep drive to left. Have you heard that before? And I thought it was gone too. So near misses on $1,000. So I'm not too happy, but that's the past. We're going to look at the Phillies. We're going to look at Texas. We're going to look at the bats altogether. So looking at Ranger Suarez, just kind of looking, 3.97 ERA on the season. His last game he pitched against Atlanta, 5 innings, 1 earned run. Atlanta is a better team than Arizona. Arizona looks way overmatched right now. Phillies, there's no way the Phillies don't go back to the World Series. There's no way. So, Atlanta, a better team, went 5 innings there. The problem is he's not going deep into games. He went 5 innings there, 3.2, 4.2, 6.2. So, it's been a minute. His pitches are, 70, 90. Just depends on how deep he goes into the game. Splits-wise, he's faced Arizona twice this year. 12 innings pitched, 5 earned runs, but 12 strikeouts. So, averaging 16.9 fantasy points per game against them, which is what we need. We're looking at 15, 2 times value, 15 fantasy points there. So I don't mind Ranger Suarez. And then we get to Brandon Pfaadt. Now, he has not faced Philly this year, which sometimes is good, sometimes is bad. But again, they are rolling. Does come in with a 5.59 ERA. No earned runs against the Dodgers, but only went 4.1 innings. And then Milwaukee in the wild card, 2.2 innings, 3 earned runs. They pulled him. 5.2 innings. The problem is he's not going deep into games. It's got a 5.59 ERA on the year with a 3.9 record, which is wild that he's even in here. I do not trust him. I think Philly bats make all the sense in the world. But then where do we go with the pitching? That's the problem here. I think you 100% put Ranger Suarez in. You're good to go there. I think that is the pitcher that I want to go with this slate. Then we get to the bats. So, catching-wise, Real Muto. Splits, good game. Back-to-back games against Arizona, he's hit. I would put him in there. Mitch Garver, I don't mind him. I'm okay with him. Love him more against lefties, but I'm okay. Moreno, if I'm taking Suarez, probably not using Moreno. And I do like me some Heim and Diaz. So just depending on where you want to go, let's say you think that Scherzer gets lit up. So we can start with a Houston stack. First base, Bryce Harper's batting absolutely on fire. Would be all over Bryce Harper. Christian Walker I'm okay with, but again, we're going Suarez, and it's going to be kind of hard to build any lineup without taking a batter against your pitcher, unless you dig into like a bullpen guy, which we could look at, which I kind of did yesterday. But again, we don't know who's going to be the long relief dude. That's the problem. Rhys Hoskins not in here. Jose Abreu I'm okay with. Nate Lowe, like I said, he's got some good numbers. I'd go Texas with Nate Lowe. So that's kind of where we're looking at. Second base, Altuve against Scherzer. If we look at this, Altuve's numbers against Scherzer were 4 for 26, batting 154 with 6 strikeouts. He has not looked the best lately. Been kind of a down year. I don't know if I want to pay almost $6,000 for Altuve. Simeon, I'm okay with. Ketel Marte, I would be okay with if I'm not using Suarez. Bryson Stott against Brandon Pfaadt, I'm okay with splits-wise. Had a good game last night, 2 for 2, 2 runs, 1 stolen base. So I'm okay with Bryson Stott as well. He's showing up in the playoffs is exactly what we need. Third base, Bregman. Like I said, Bregman against 1 for 10 with 4 strikeouts. Has not had success. He has not really looked the best. Did have a home run the other night. Hasn't looked the best, though. Alec Boehm has been, the Phillies are rolling. You could look at Alec Boehm at 3,700. You could look at Longoria against a lefty if you're not going with Suarez. Duran, I'm okay with there. Or is Duran on the... No, he's not. He didn't make the team. So, again, this is where it's going to be kind of hard to build a lineup unless you're doing like a single game, which I'm okay with if you do that as well. So, third base, let's just say Boehm right now, and if we need to move it, we will. Shortstop, Seager against Javier, yes. Alvarez, I think Alvarez has to be in every lineup. At this point, I just don't know how you don't have Alvarez in your lineup at all. Then we've got to finagle a little bit. But if you look... It's 5,400, but that does not include a second pitcher that we've got to take. So, whether or not you take sure. This is where, DraftKings comes into play where you can do remove non-probables. You can, let's just say, for instance, you think that Brandon Pfaadt gets lit up early, then they go to the bullpen. So then we go to the bullpen, and we can see who's been averaging fantasy points per game, and we could look at who comes in from the bullpen. Now, he just pitched last night, 1.7, only went 1 inning. That's the problem. They're going 1 inning. If they get lit up, then they're done. Zach Davies got released from the team. Goodbye, good riddance to you, you trash human being. It just gets it gets a little bit iffy when you try to find that second pitcher. So, building lineups might be a little bit harder. We looked at JP France in yesterday's lineup. Been in the bullpen against Texas, 2.1 innings. So he's going into it. It just depends if he comes in and he strikes people out. Pitched 2 days ago. If he's stretched to be a bullpen guy, you could throw JP France in there. Then that brings us to 4,500 for outfielders, which brings us to a Schwarber, and then it brings us to a Castellanos. And I'm okay with a lineup like that. So that's 4 Philly bats, that's 2 Houston bats, 2 Texas bats, Suarez, and then a prayer dart with the JP France pitching. So I'm not in love with basically any of these starters, but I wanted to bring a video to you. It might make more sense to play the single games separately, which would be easier to build lineups with. That's kind of my thought process. So you can kind of use this video for your 2-day slate, Or if you want to use the plays we talked about to build around like a single game, obviously with single game captains for, let's say, the Houston, Texas game, what makes sense is Alvarez, obviously off the top. He makes the most sense as a number one. Corey Seager's got to be in there. And then it just depends on Nate Lowe, if you're going like Houston and Texas, stuff like that to build around there. Then if you're going like a Philly, Arizona single game, Bryce Harper for captain, Suarez for I love Suarez for captain. Looking at probably Suarez, Harper, Schwarber, and then flex would be Stott, Castellanos. You could go with Tommy Pham, Evan Longoria. They hit lefties better. I wouldn't put them as captain, though. So that's kind of the thought process in this 2-game slate. Not the best. If you guys like this video, we'll do another one for tomorrow. But if you don't, I don't blame you. It's hard to build a lineup that you feel confident about with 2 pitchers. There's that one pitcher I feel confident about. Then it's really a crapshoot who it goes. So this is just a thought here. For that, if you do go pitching, you want to go Brandon Pfaadt. Again, you're going to be taking your bats against your pitcher. You could do that as well. It is the playoffs. Crazier things have happened. Maybe Pfaadt gives up 4 solo bombs to Stott, Bohm, Schwarber, and Castellanos, but then strikes out 10. He's not going to. That could happen. Crazier things have happened. If you're making 20-plus lineups, that would be a thought I would do. If you're not, if you kind of are done with MLB, I completely understand. We've got NFL content. Go check everything out on the website, FantasyTeamAdvisors.com. Subscribe here. We will be doing video on the rankings for this week. We'll be doing a Thursday Night Football breakdown, the showdown breakdown. We do it every single week. Check that out. We will be doing a complete slate breakdown of every single game on the main slate. We'll be doing a breakdown of Sunday Night Football, and Monday Night Football as well. So a lot of NFL content coming to you. I was able to purchase a new computer. I built it. It should be here today, so I'm very excited that everything will be working, and hopefully everything's good to go on that end. So we will be here for you every single week of the NFL season. We've got NBA. We've got PGA this week. We got MMA. We got NASCAR. We've got everything coming up for you. So if you haven't checked it out, FantasyTeamAdvisors.com, bringing home the bacon since 2014. So good luck this week, everyone. And let's bring home some bacon together. Peace!